Libra, if you've recently felt that your life is standing at the edge of a decision, don't ignore that feeling. The week of August 15th to 21st, 2026, carries a powerful turning point energy for you. Something that has remained uncertain may finally become clear, while a person, opportunity, or unexpected conversation could force you to reconsider what you truly want. At first, you may feel as though the universe is asking you to choose between two different paths. But as the week unfolds, you'll realize something important. You were never choosing between two lives. You were choosing between the old version of yourself and the person you're becoming. Dear Libra, during August 15th to 21st, 2026, relationships, career decisions, finances, emotional balance, and your personal priorities all become closely connected. One area of your life may influence another more strongly than usual. A career opportunity could affect your relationship. A financial decision could influence your confidence. A conversation with someone close to you could change the way you see your future. And something you discover about yourself could completely change the choices you make afterward. If this reading resonates with you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stay until the end, because this week carries important messages about money, career, love, relationships, unexpected opportunities, social connections, emotional healing, and a decision that may quietly shape the months ahead. Libra, your greatest strength is your ability to see different perspectives. You understand people. You recognize both sides of an argument. You often know why someone behaved the way they did, even when their behavior hurt you. But there is a hidden weakness inside this gift. Sometimes you understand everyone so well that you forget to ask what you actually want. You make compromises. You keep the peace. You wait. You reconsider. You give people another chance. And eventually, you may discover that you have been negotiating against yourself. This week changes that pattern. You may finally realize that keeping everyone happy is not the same as creating a happy life. And that realization could be incredibly freeing. Your professional life begins to gain momentum during this period. If you've been waiting for recognition, a promotion, a response, or an opportunity, something may finally begin moving. A manager could notice your contribution. Client may return. A former colleague could contact you. Someone may recommend you for a position. Or you may receive information about an opportunity that was previously unavailable. The interesting part is that the opportunity may come through another person. Networking becomes especially important. A casual conversation could lead to a professional connection. A friend may mention a vacancy. Someone you meet socially could introduce you to an important contact. This is why you should not underestimate ordinary conversations this week. Sometimes the future enters your life disguised as a simple introduction. If you're thinking about changing jobs, don't make the decision purely because you're tired of your current situation. Ask yourself what you're moving toward. More money? More independence? Better working conditions? More creativity? More recognition? More time? Know your answer. Because leaving one situation without understanding what you actually need can simply lead you into another version of the same problem. For Libra entrepreneurs, this can be a productive period for partnerships and collaborations. But choose carefully. Not everyone who sounds enthusiastic is capable of building something with you. Look for consistency. Look for responsibility. Look for someone whose actions match their promises. A beautiful idea can fail when two people have completely different expectations. This week encourages you to clarify everything before committing. Financially, Libra, the picture begins to become more stable, but your relationship with money deserves attention. You may receive unexpected income. A delayed payment could arrive. A side project may become more profitable. Or someone may present you with an opportunity to increase your earnings. But there may also be a temptation to spend money to create a sense of emotional comfort. A beautiful purchase, a luxury item, something for your home, a spontaneous trip, a gift for someone you love. There is nothing wrong with enjoying your money, but don't use spending as emotional medicine. If you're stressed, buying something may create temporary excitement, but it won't solve the underlying problem. Instead, ask yourself what you actually need. Security, rest, recognition, freedom, a change of environment. Sometimes the thing we want to buy is simply a symbol of something deeper. This week is also excellent for reviewing your financial priorities. Create a clearer savings goal. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Think about additional income. Consider investing in a skill that could increase your earning power. Your future financial stability may be built through several small decisions rather than one dramatic breakthrough. And Libra, one financial warning is especially important. Don't allow guilt to influence money decisions. If someone asks you for financial help, you can care about them without automatically saying yes. You are not responsible for solving everyone's financial problems. Protecting your own stability isn't selfish. It is responsible. When it comes to love, the energy becomes much more intense. If you're already in a relationship, you may begin questioning whether the relationship truly feels balanced. Libra needs harmony, but harmony cannot exist when one person is constantly sacrificing. You may realize that you've been compromising more than your partner. Perhaps you've been the one initiating every conversation, planning everything, apologizing first, making adjustments, trying to prevent conflict. This week may encourage you to stop automatically filling every silence. Let the other person show you what they are willing to do. That doesn't mean becoming cold. It means becoming observant. A meaningful conversation could reveal what your partner truly wants. You may discuss commitment, future plans, living arrangements, family, money, or another major decision. If the relationship is strong, this conversation can deepen trust. You may discover that you're both moving toward the same future. But if you've been pretending everything is fine simply to avoid conflict, the truth may finally become impossible to ignore. And Libra, remember this: peace built on silence is not real peace. Sometimes an honest conversation creates temporary discomfort so that genuine harmony can eventually exist. For single Libra natives, romance could arrive through an unexpected connection. You may meet someone through work, mutual friends, travel, social media, education, or a casual social gathering. This person may have a calm confidence that immediately catches your attention. They may not be the loudest person in the room. They may not try to impress everyone. But there could be something about their presence that makes you curious. You may find yourself thinking about them afterward, wondering what they meant, wondering whether they felt the same connection. Don't force it. Allow the relationship to unfold naturally. The right connection won't require you to constantly chase clarity. It will become clearer through consistency. There is also a possibility of someone from your past returning. A former partner, an old friend, someone you never received proper closure from. A message could suddenly reopen a chapter you thought was finished. But before responding emotionally, ask yourself, if this person had not contacted me today, would I still want them in my future? That question can separate genuine desire from nostalgia. Sometimes the past returns because you're ready to close the door properly, not because you're supposed to walk through it again. Your emotional world is also undergoing an important transformation. You may begin releasing the need to be liked by everyone. You may stop explaining yourself to people who have already decided what they want to believe. You may stop apologizing simply because someone is uncomfortable with your boundaries. And that is a powerful change. Libra, you don't have to make yourself smaller to keep someone else comfortable. You don't have to hide your ambitions. You don't have to pretend you're satisfied when you're not. And you don't have to stay in situations simply because leaving would disappoint someone. Your peace matters too. Your social circle may become more selective during this week. One friendship may become stronger because you finally have an honest conversation. Another may gradually fade because you realize the connection has become one-sided. Don't panic when people change. Not every ending is a failure. Some relationships simply complete their purpose. At the same time, a new person could enter your social world and bring fresh energy. This connection may become important professionally or personally. You could meet someone who introduces you to a new community, a new business idea, a different lifestyle, or simply a new perspective. Your world becomes larger when you allow yourself to meet people outside your usual circle. Now let's look at the important days of your week. August 15th begins with reflection. You may feel more aware of what is and isn't balanced in your life. Pay attention to those feelings. August 16th is favorable for career conversations, networking, applications, and negotiations. Speak confidently about your abilities. August 17th requires financial caution. Avoid unnecessary spending and don't agree to financial commitments simply because someone pressures you. August 18th may bring unexpected information. A message or conversation could change your plans or reveal something you didn't know. August 19th is particularly strong for love and relationships. Couples may discuss the future, while single Libra natives could experience an intriguing romantic connection. August 20th is favorable for social activity, travel, learning, and professional networking. A casual invitation could become surprisingly important. August 21st brings clarity. A decision you've been struggling with may suddenly feel much easier. And Libra, there is one hidden warning you should remember throughout this entire week. Don't stay undecided simply because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. No decision is also a decision. Waiting indefinitely keeps you exactly where you are. You don't need absolute certainty. You need enough clarity to take the next step. And if the next step teaches you something, you can adjust afterward. Your life isn't a single irreversible decision. It's a series of choices. You are allowed to change direction. As the week progresses, you may find yourself standing between two paths. One path is familiar, contains your old habits, old expectations, old relationships, old definitions of success. The other path is less predictable, but it may offer greater freedom, more authenticity, more independence, more emotional honesty, and perhaps a life that finally feels like it belongs to you. The second path may frighten you, but fear doesn't necessarily mean you're making the wrong decision. Sometimes fear simply means you're leaving familiar territory. Libra, you've spent enough time asking, what will everyone else think? This week asks you to ask, what will I think about my life 5 years from now if I never take this chance? That question could change everything. You don't need to change your entire life during August 15th to 21st. One decision is enough. One boundary. One conversation. One application. One financial goal. One romantic truth. One opportunity. One brave step. Small actions create momentum, and momentum creates transformation. There may also be an important realization around your confidence. You may finally stop comparing your timeline to everyone else's. Someone may appear to be ahead of you. Someone may have more money. Someone may have a successful relationship. Someone may have a career that looks perfect from the outside. But you don't know what exists behind their public image. Don't compare your private reality to someone else's highlight reel. Your path has its own timing. And this week, something may begin moving precisely because you stop rushing it. When something unexpected happens during August 15th to 21st, 2026, don't immediately label it as good or bad. Wait, observe. Understand. The canceled opportunity may redirect you towards something better. The difficult conversation may restore honesty. The financial challenge may teach you discipline. The ending may create freedom. The unexpected meeting may open a new door. And the person who disappoints you may teach you exactly what you will no longer accept. Libra, sometimes the universe creates balance by removing what is unbalanced. That process may feel uncomfortable at first, but eventually you may look back and understand why it had to happen. You may realize that you were holding on to something simply because you were afraid of what would happen after you let go. But empty space isn't always loss. Sometimes empty space is preparation. Preparation for something new, something healthier, something more aligned. So if this week asks you to release something, don't immediately panic. Ask what that space could become, because your future needs room. Room for better opportunities. Room for healthier relationships. Room for financial growth. Room for peace. Room for the person you are becoming. And Libra, perhaps the deepest lesson of this week is that harmony begins inside you. You cannot create peace externally if you're constantly at war with yourself. Stop criticizing every decision. Stop replaying every conversation. Stop wondering whether everyone approves of you. You are allowed to make imperfect choices. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to choose yourself. By the end of the week, you may feel something shifting inside. A little less hesitation. A little more confidence. A little less fear of disappointing others. A little more certainty about what you deserve. That may not sound dramatic, but internal changes often create the biggest external transformations. So protect your money. Protect your energy. Protect your heart. But don't close yourself off. Stay open to the new person, the new opportunity, the unexpected conversation, the different direction, because your next chapter may arrive in a form you didn't expect. Libra, the week of August 15th to 21st, 2026, may not give you every answer, but it can give you something more valuable, the courage to finally ask the right questions. What do I really want? Who truly belongs in my future? What am I willing to change? What am I no longer willing to tolerate? What kind of life would make me feel genuinely fulfilled? And once you know those answers, your decisions become much easier. You no longer need everyone to agree. You simply need to trust yourself. So when the unexpected door appears this week, don't immediately step away because you don't recognize what is behind it. Look closer. Ask questions. Listen to your intuition. And if the opportunity aligns with the future you're building, take the step. Because August 15th to 21st, 2026, Libra, may not simply be another week on the calendar. It may be the week when you finally stop choosing what keeps everyone else comfortable and start choosing what makes your own life feel whole. Your future is waiting for a decision. And this time, Libra, choose yourself.